The obsidian abyss we stand alone, where a dying sentient black hole sighs upon its throne. Our Ouroboros pulses in a slow, mournful grace, as a forgotten comet falls through time and space. A sudden flash of dark energy begins to rise, tracing a tragic silhouette across the quiet skies. An ancient constellation born of dust and stone, calling to the system that it once called home. And we're humming an elegiac melody tonight, where the crystalline debris reflects no light. Yeah, the scales are rotating in a silent key, locked in the orbit of a cosmic tragedy. In the cold, silent void, where the shadows grow underneath the amber runes, ticking down to zero. The outer boundary is glowing with a dying amber hue, running coordinates counting down what we once knew. And as the numbers hit the final empty space, a gravitational pulse echoes through the place, synchronized perfectly with a dying white dwarf's gasp, slipping away from the universe's grasp. The iron filings and the stellar set begin to slide, like a heavy velvet curtain trying to hide the tide. And we're humming an elegiac melody tonight, where the crystalline debris reflects no light. Yeah, the scales are rotating in a silent key, locked in the orbit of a cosmic tragedy. In the cold, silent void, where the shadows grow underneath the amber is ticking down to zero. Then a rogue star of cobalt flame comes burning through the dark, a core destabilizing, igniting every spark, wrapped around the dark sphere like a temporary crown, the lost geometry before the walls come crashing down. The core of Ouroboros completes its final turn, a flash of dark matter, the last lessons we learn. A massive skeletal hand reaching for the sky, formed from the debris of a world that had to die. The light begins to fade, the fire turns to ice, but nothing in the cosmos ever happens twice. The gravity is stable, the quiet is profound, just the violet dust drifting with no sound, drifting with no sound. Ouroboros is still.
the daylight fades. Deep beneath the municipal shades, the heavy iron turbine sits in the dark, brass impellers spinning, leaving their mark. The main valve opens to the river's mud, separating sediment out of the flood. The room smells of oil and the damp, wet brick, while the summer heat outside grows heavy and thick. Oh, the river runs wide and the river runs deep, but a tireless guardian never will sleep. Beneath the stone streets where the families dwell, the keeper of waters is guarding the well.
When the afternoon sun brings the heavy demand, and the old reservoirs dry out across the land, the pressure regulators answer the call, flawlessly boosting the share for us all.
40% more through the lines it will send to the hospital beds in the town at the bend. The copper gauges hold steady and true, safe in the green for the old and the new. Oh, the river runs wide and the river runs deep, but a tireless guardian never will sleep. Beneath the stone streets where the families dwell, the keeper of waters is guarding the well. Then word comes down of a spill on the wave, a toxic poison that the upstream gave. The emergency sensors wake in the dark, tripping the charcoal to shield every spark. The isolation matrices swallow the stain, visualizing compounds of sorrow and pain, before the corruption can reach to the mains, saving the life in the valley's own veins. A heavy steel wrench hanging neat on the wall, the danger has passed, we survive through it all. The turbine slows down to its baseline again, securing the health of the women and men. Tireless mechanism deep under the floor. The town breathes easy behind every door. Deep under the floor, guarding the well, guarding the well.
shakes the air. Solar eclipse passes, beautiful and rare. A flash of warm orange across the glass dome, permanently waking the sanctuary home. No more cold corridors, no more silent space, just a perpetual warmth in this sacred place. The music box clicks, coming to a halt, smooth and silent, with no error or fault. Gold lid settles down under passing stars, leaving behind all our struggles and scars. Bathed in the soft glow, serene and so deep, undergo sky. Small silver ship cut through the nebula glow, violet and gold painting the windows low. Cluster of stars flared up in perfect sync, opening a path through the gas and the ink. Pilot smiled, hands steady on the controls. Ship glided forward as the cosmos took its toll. Cloud parted gentle, revealing worlds like jewels. Pulse from the core synced with the pulsar's rolls. Stars let us home through the glowing endless
She sat alone where the apartment held its breath. Silver locket warm and heavy in her trembling hand, clasp awake like it had waited through the years, pulling up the cold things she had buried in the sand. Television murmured stories no one heard. Rain kept time against the glass in steady, careless drops. Minutes blurred into the nothing she preferred, while the weight she tried to hide refused to stop. One small photograph with eyes that cut too deep, door slammed shut on the last light she could keep. Snap it closed, push it far, let the quiet win. But the emptiness it leaves is where the real end begins. Nightstand kept its secret through the sleepless dark. Face from the frame kept dragging every thought below. Morning gray slipped through the blinds without a spark. Truth sank into her bones with nowhere left to go. Day kept moving like it always does outside. Locket tucked away where drawers forget their own. But the hollow it carved out refused to hide. Quiet death of every hope she'd ever known. Ordinary sounds returned to claim the room. Fridge hum, distant cars, the life that carries on. She stared at nothing sealed inside her tomb. Everything she once believed already gone. One small photograph with eyes that cut too deep. Door slammed shut on the last light she could keep. Snap it closed, push it far, let the quiet win. But the emptiness it leaves is where the real end begins. Silver locket sleeping now, its work complete. No more rising, no more fight, no more deceit. Just the final click that echoes soft and low in the apartment where the last light used to glow.
Between the row houses where the old store used to shine, cracked concrete whispered secrets to the weeds and the sunshine. Long shadows stretched like they were finally learning how to play, clearing space for something wilder than the buildings took away.
One stray ball rolled right into the center of the ache, stopped exactly where the the doorway used to break the day. Kids spilled in like the gap itself that called their names. Voices rising higher than the traffic ever claimed.
Oh, the light did let the light in, turning empty into ours. We'd sway like they knew the future needed flowers. Chalk lines drawing tomorrow, right where the walls once stood. Absence made a promise, and the promise felt so good. Neighbors paused at the edge and saw the sun reach deeper now, smiling at the garden that the missing walls allowed. Passers-by slowed their steps, the open air changed the sound. Every footfall softer on this new and sacred ground.
Dust painted gold across the nothing that had learned to give. Kids return with stringing dreams, mapping out the life they lived.
No grand rebuild, no heavy plan, just laughter in the breeze. The hollow heart remembered how to beat with gentle ease. Night wrapped the block in quiet plans, whispered between friends. The missing piece had carved out room where brighter stories bend. Old shadows gone, new laughter born, where silence used to lie. The lot that once was lost became the place that taught us why. Oh, the light that let the light in, turning empty into ours. We'd sway like they knew the future needed flowers. Jack lines drawing tomorrow, right where the walls once stood. Absence made a promise, and the promise felt so good. And every season after, when the ball rolls in again, the empty lot keeps singing, come on in, come on in. We built our tomorrow where the corner store had been. In the life shelf, frozen, paralyzed, go! Ancient artwork plywood, coiled in the shelf, frozen in a stasis deep inside itself. So this life's so full, thinking motionless air, stuck in minerals, self-corroding everywhere. Coming down the tang of the unrefined vein, segmented body locked inside the pain. Seen in a side bed, flick through the wet so far, suffocating dark, blocking out the door. Down in the deep, down in the muck, under the mountain where you're completely struck. No room to move, no room to break free, buried in the earth for eternity. Into your drilling plates, spamming from a surge, bloody jaws smash on the chaotic verge. Deafening gravelly shriek shears the rock, flint varmint flying in a sudden shock, crashing forward blind to a narrow fissure line, bunching up the muscles of an ancient design, scraping lateral scales, tearing up the flesh, rough skull and milkins in a jagged stone mesh. Dead and trapped where the tunnel gets tight, profound numbness in the lightless night. Down in the deep, down in the muck, under the mountain where you're completely struck. No room to move, no room to break free, buried in the earth for eternity. Cave scorpion swarm from the ground they set high, clicking mudstone slab snaps free from its roots. Colossal stone block, there are no such that down. Bleeding downward, splintering crash, striking the midsection, structural flash, tearing through the segments with a crashing blow, buried in the subterranean world below. Hundreds of tons of pulverized stone, laying down the tissue to the broken bone. Absolute permanent horror in the ground, erasing the lineage for all of time.
But the fault line holds an ancient pocket deep. Ice-cold glacial runoff waking from its sleep. Bursting through the ceiling ventilation intake blast. Shattering the heat wave, winter coming fast. Torrent of pristine water driving in the air. Fresh altitude measure to the night in air. Adrenaline surge heaves the iron bottom floor. Dragon Genesis red to the underwater door. Shared laughter breaking through the ancient blind night siren. But forward we expected light. Wash deck plates echo with the river. The breath, a subterranean
Nothing flagged the moment, no alarms, no shift in tone. Hands move through the same motions, every outcome still its own. Lights buzz a little longer, angles lean but stayed in place. Doors held tight a second extra, no one paused to feel the weight. Not failure, not neglect, something thinner than respect. We stop seeing it before it breaks. Waited for proof, for something to take. Now everything holds until it won't, and every fix arrives too late. Task completed, boxes checked. Nothing missing, nothing lost. Still the edges started drifting. Still the system paid the cost. Margins carry quiet strain. Buffers stretched without a sound. What was easy turned to effort. What was small grew underground. Conversations lost their center. Words aligned a second late. Meaning bent around assumption, clarity replaced by weight. Someone asked why it felt wrong. No one shaped a clear reply. The kind of sight required to answer had already passed them by. Not absence, not decay, something slipping out of frame. We stop seeing it before it breaks. Now everything demands it takes more correction, more repair, more time spent getting there. There was someone once who noticed early, before the strain could settle in, before the fix required force. They didn't leave loudly. No cat declared, only space assumed to be shared. Nothing.
Suspended in the void at the edge of heat death. The hypersimulation draws its final cold breath. Silicon oil cooling in the terminal grid. Ionized dark matter where the timelines hid. Bitter mineral tang of the chrono copper lines. Freezing carbon floorboards where the shadow aligns. And the gravity waves leave a glitch in the dark. A soft hollow thump like a ghost in the spark. Like a tennis ball dropping in a bucket made of plastic. Ever 11 seconds cold and rhythmic and drastic. Systemic erasure at the edge of the screen. The great collapse of a world unseen. Data code fractures, the galaxy dies. No future remains under unmade skies. The primary array blows the main containment field. The oldest simulation has been finally repealed. An antique brass gyroscope is spinning in reverse. 3 precise rotations on the coordinates of the curse. The locked needle bursts in a faint crimson glow. Systemic groans vibrating from the heavy void below. Crushing weight of nothingness transferring to the floor. Fading system lights cannot hold it anymore. Dark energy residue condensing on the wall. Greasy purple glow as the code begins to fall. Systemic erasure at the edge of the screen. The great collapse of a world unseen.
loop. Static dust turns into crystalline needles in a group. Vulcanized rubber and decaying data wires, trapped without an exit in the fading of the fires. The gravity anomaly accelerates its beat. A frantic chaotic flood tearing up the sheet. A jagged crack ripping through the center of the bay, drawing all the elements to absolute decay. The expanding black void surges over the controls, an absolute vacuum swallowing the simulated souls. The engineering grid drops down into the roar, erasing the metrics, closing up the door. The final holographic terminal goes dark. Permanent silence inside the matrix park. The data is gone, the processing is done. Nothingness, words!
Mangroves growing on the shores of a mercury tide, mirroring the binary moons with nowhere to hide. Trunks of silica pulsing with an internal glow, while the lavender and ozone begin to flow. Metallic sweetness of a cooling computer core, stretched along the mirror of the tideless shore. Architectural marvels in a translucent frame, playing out the logic of a celestial game. Scientist observes the fusion in the lab on the ground, and the emerald heart root pulse is the only sound, coinciding with the child in a city far away, solving a geometric puzzle in the middle of the day. Light travels through the roots at a constant speed, tracing Fibonacci patterns for the network's need, aligned with the resonance of the moons above, in a mathematical sequence of a logic and love. 25 degrees and the glass leaves chime, violin frequency counting out the time. Fractal pattern veins in a neon blue display, processing the data in a celestial way. Each leaf is a masterpiece of procedural detail, in a vibrant atmosphere that'll never fail, capturing the canopy and focusing the beam, striking the surface of the mercury stream. Twin moons reach the zenith at the top of the sky, reflections on the mercury never shatter or die. They organize a lattice in a 3D light, a bridge of solid photons in the middle of the night, connecting to the island made of obsidian glass, watching as the bioluminescent data wasp pass. White noise wings on a high bandwidth signal, vibrant and optimized and strictly non-original. New star catalog in the great observatory, synchronized intensity in the forest territory. Kaleidoscopic burst on the Mercury Sea, reflecting the potential of what's meant to be. Salt, scented breeze in a choir's long note, triumph on the island where the logic is wrote. Engine of renewal in the light and the logic, beautifully silent and the strictly non-chaotic. Begin to descend and the trees settle down. Witten pulsing starts in the silica town. A map of connections that is finally whole, waiting for the next signal to ignite the soul. Knowledge transmitted through the network of the void, celebrating everything it hasn't been destroyed. Man grooves waiting for the signal to ignite in the amber and the violet of the binary light.
in the hush of an attic high, where the dust made halos in the light, there sat a clock that never rang, with empty face and silent hands. Ignored by time, but still it stayed, a quiet heart that never played. It listened to the ticking choir and held within a dreaming wire. Then came a boy with messy grin, who saw the soul still tucked within. He turned the gears with patient grace and carved a smile on time's lost face. Now I tick and I shine, living 1 second at a time. Cuckoos mocked and pendulums preened, but he believed in quiet things. Each screw a note, each hum a spark. He lit the fuse inside the dark. A silver scrap, a breath, a hum, the music I was waiting from. A tick so soft it barely stirred, but louder than 1,000 words. Then came a boy with messy grin, who saw the soul still tucked within. He turned the gears with patient grace and carved a smile on time's lost face. Now I tick and I shine, living 1 second at a time. In attic light at Moe and Liu, he turned the gray to gold and blue, and I became what I had dreamed, more than parts and metal seams. Then came a boy who wouldn't leave, who gave the silent clock its beat. Now every tick's a bloom, a chime, a whisper stretched across the sky. I was nothing, now I climb, living 1 second at a time. The break of morning glass, silver wings and silence pass, June and thread and twilight song, ghosts of grace and flight unknown. Ripples bloom where feathers land, sketching dawn with gentle hands. Beaks like quills, they write the light across the stillness of the night. Whisper, whisper to the breeze, give the sky a quiet need. Let the herons lift them high, folded into morning sky. A poet walked where currents bend, found the voice he could not send. Lines of verse in silver laid, warmed the hands of those who prayed. No net could catch what isn't caught, no weight to hold what can't be bought. Just light and flight and breathless air, and blessings left from those not there. Whisper, whisper to the breeze, give the sky a quiet knees. Let the herons lift them high, folded into morning sky. Could catch what isn't caught, no way to hold what can't be bought. Just light and flight, breathless air, and blessings left from those not there. Feathers drift but do not stay, sliding through the lilies sway. Still, they come with rising sun, until all lonely nights are done.
Industrial tide, where the iron and the ancient collide. A localized mechanical shift in the clay, washing the timeline away. Pumping the river, holding the line, right on the millisecond of time. Pressure equalizes in the main pipe wall. Listen as the freight train answers to the call. Air brakes engaging on the overpass high, underneath the weight of an overcast sky. Chromatic wave releases. We will never move.
The Gulf is an immense hollow chamber carved from dead volcanic stone, completely insulated from the world where the cold winds never moan. The air is freezing, stagnant, thick with ancient soot and dust, pulverized granite and the bitter tang of a sulfur crust. Calcified ash spires hang like skeletal trees from the overhead vaults. Pale, chalky trunks stretching down through the geological faults. Completely motionless in the deep, unchanging freeze, in an environment that has never known a single passing breeze. A graveyard shift mechanic drops a heavy iron wrench onto a grease-stained concrete floor beside a workshop bench. At that exact second, a brittle limb of calcified ash breaks free, away from a spire high in the Gulf's dark canopy. The fragment falls into the deep void without making a sound, as a deep ocean fault locks into place beneath the frozen ground. The downward trajectory of the falling ghostly debris aligns with a subaudible vibration passing through the masonry. There is no source of light